Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, no, we're not doing this. Good afternoon. This is Fatty Hemsey. This is take two. Time is 5:51 on Tuesday, March 8th, 2022. I'm not going to go through housekeeping and stuff. We're running a little bit late. Just watch. For that, you could see Twitter. You could see our emails. Let's go through market timing quickly. And we're on the first chart. We had a problem. So we're just going to say that it is and move forward. Here's the timer charts. And quickly, these readings are very near neutral, slightly negative. These are not oversold conditions. We're going to show you also on the volume stuff that that's the current issue. So again, negative 55, neutral, 45. Yeah, above buy buttons, but once you get there, it's too late to buy. Why? You are really you're really paying somebody else's profit, and the direction is wrong. The cross here is expensive. This is a bad place to have a cross on CI. If you looked at CI long enough in the past, you'd see this is the place you want to short it. So if you're not short already, then I would be very careful. Intraday is different, I understand, but I would only short with options in this regime, but vols are too high. So you'd see that we put our short stop about here, and one leg was here. Some took out. We put another leg up, and then we were about to put the third leg on. Why? Because we're going to go forward. This is becoming a sigma event. Okay? Now that everything is working, we're going to show you that. So I don't think we're done. This story, I mean, listen, it was Macbeth. This is Act 2. Okay? This theater just started. And there are many unknowns, and we got to deal with it. My goal is not to have a war so I can profit. No, I'm happy being long. I was long most of last year, and nobody complained. But if it's going south, I'm going to go with it. That's all. I'm an opportunistic person, so that's what I go for. I'm not a buy and hold guy. If you look at our setup here, let's just capture. Here's our latest buy and hold. That's buy and hold S&P, okay? And this is us. And the difference is what we have beaten the market by. As of now, it's 85. It was as much as 120 up here. It was huge. Over the obviously time period, this is about 7 years. Back then was like 6 years. But, of course, this was really aberration. Being short here, that was where Admiral Tico became Vice Admiral as he shorted that. And about here, he became Full Admiral. Now he's saying, Daddy, shouldn't I be Fleet Admiral like Halsey? And his 5 stars. I said, calm down, young man, calm down. So he went, and I said, how about we can have hearing? He goes, we can do it remotely on Zoom. As you know, 3-star above, you have to have approval by Senate. It's called flag officer. So, but he's willing even to do that. So, anyhow. But no, we're not warmongers. I have nightmares about having worked on B-2 bomber, trust me. It has been used before, but not in nuclear mission. And that's what I sometimes have problems with. But anyhow. So I just don't think, I'm not saying it's going to get very, very bad, but I think we have more to go. And I'm going to show you why shortly on the volume data. So anyhow, -1, -2 sigma. Stop me where you can, guys, or you want to in the question, because obviously I'm trying to catch up here a little bit here. I don't want to keep all you guys here all night. I got the question section open. And hold on 1 second. Let me get the questions here. O'Neill has asked that question. I've answered everybody else. Okay, got it. 1 second. Come on. Sorry, guys. This mouse. There you go. Okay. What were we good with the targets before? 4,100 right now is what I'm looking for at the minimum. I'm sorry, 4,000, not 4,100. 4,000 is right now I'm looking for, which would be 3 sigma. And why is that? Because it's going to move. These are adaptive. All of our indicators are adaptive. As it moves down, that is, you get a big CI dip there, then you're near the close. This is a perfect signal. You can see the V, you see the cap. Okay, I would prefer actually an M, a broken M, so that says we're going down. And on the going up, you see this low and then a little bit down and then up. You see that movement? Okay, but this is less steep than that. That's usually, even though you're further down, that's a buy. That was a good buy. These are what we call nuances. And we also have this problem. Cross. We have a death cross here. Okay. And I know I was talking to another hedgy over the weekend, and he says, I think we already had for S&P. I said, no, we haven't had that yet. We've got it for techs. The techs are going to lead. So everything is going by the script. Techs are going to lead their death cross. Then comes S&P. So far, we haven't recovered. By recovery, I mean something like, let's do it like this. Okay. Well, you get very close. Somewhere down here it goes. You get very close and it pulls up. These two lines. I mean, touches it and go back up. I know. There we go. There we go. See that? You get close. Okay, actually a little cross. And then, you see this death cross here? Went below, stayed with it and pulled up. So this was very orderly. There was no panic there. Okay? Well, the angles were different. They were very parallel coming in. Look at the angle now. Why? Because we pulled up so much. The trender tells us that. Okay? So, let's do it this way. No? Oh, I don't know. Let me just look at this. I don't know what the keyboard is doing. Okay. Listen, I haven't fine-tuned everything here. We just reformatted the drive from scratch. Okay, so on this Friday, we have that cost there. Again, values are moderate here. Neutral, very neutral, okay? This is a good buy. We're not there. This is a very good buy. 350, 300, this is 301. This is 287, negative. These are very good buys, but we don't have that. Buying here is a Russian roulette. You want to day trade? Fine. But, as Jesse Livermore said, I made more money on the stuff I held, but in all that day trading madness. So be careful. Volumes are neutral. We're getting a one reading. So having said that, let's move on. Canaries, yeah, that cost coming on down. Not there yet. But this is 30. It's easier to go there, plus this arithmetic. Remember Burton Malkiel. Understand the construct. So again, this is also in a sigma channel. It's not going to 3 yet. What does it mean? Slow bleed. This actually could go on for a while. This is the baby with backwater. So you could have a bounce. And maybe two of them in a row. Like March of 2008 when Birch trends went down. That was the closest ever. We had two 300 readings 1 week apart. Never seen that. 300 negative reading on the McConnell 1 week apart, a Monday and the next Monday. That you gotta buy. You just buy it. You hold your nose, close your eyes, and you just buy it. That's not gonna happen here. This is small. Why? We have this war going on. The biggest thing that's happened to Europe since the Red Army marched on Berlin. If you go back and look at some of those news reels, you see the building, what they did, scorched earth policy. We haven't seen nothing that bad yet. It's only day 12 or so. Things are going to get rough out there. And we won't have the stomach to watch it, I'm sure. The trender. Wow. See this? Go back to the webinars. We've done this every Wednesday. I kept on pounding the table saying, this is not good, this is not good. So Russell crossed on the 14th or 18th of January. So did I prep myself for it? Of course. But did I take much action? No, until you get something solid. But keep reading, keep looking at data. Talk to different people. Look at the different indicators. Look at, see how things, bunch up. System went short. The big league. We don't get this that often. Good. Last time we did the short was almost too late. Okay, but we're not that config. We're way up here. If you come here, the trender for S&P you could see where we are on the 6-6. We're not. Am I looking at that? No, I'm sorry. That's the day. Yeah, hold on. Well, I know what to do. Go to weekly. And look at it like this. See this? Okay. You see where that was? It went short. This one just went short up here. And the weekly chart. Look at the trender. Look at this trender. Are you with me? Yeah, this got a ways to go. You have the stomach for it. If you don't go to cash. Yeah. Are you new to trading? Don't touch this. This is not for everybody. You're gonna burn your hands, and you probably won't come back to the market. I mean that. Okay, I've said to a couple of friends, say, be careful. My cousin in Toronto, he's just crazy. He thinks he can make money here, and he's traded about 4 years, and he has a really bad record. Part of it is that he wants to do his own thing. He wants to do his own thing. I can you Antico. Except he's not blonde. So, yeah, sometimes hand holding is crucial, but you gotta look who the person is who's you're holding his hand. So here's a sell point also tonight. So we are week and week. I'm sorry, weekly and daily both going to sell now. Remember, these are mechanical systems. We have not touched them since 2004. Yeah, the day at a market, at a time I just came to my assistant and says, tell Mr. Hamzy, and that's what he's relating to, that we want to feature him. I asked him why. Yeah, because I didn't know who they were, why, what they doing that. I mean, I knew of them, but I don't know what they were up to. In detail, I look up the market timers, years ago. I said, what do they want? They said, well, you started to carry us. Look at us, they were not ranking us. I said, why do you want us to continue? You didn't rank us. I said, well, we don't rank anybody until the first year is up. And on 120, you came 11. So you never got to that list of top 10. Well, you were right below. So we would encourage you to stay. The following year was number 2. And the following year after that was number 1. So, but I remember at that time we froze that link, that indicator, this system. It's called Hornet. We don't offer it anymore. It's got a little upkeep to do. I have not touched it. Our technology is a lot better. This is very pure. And it's very pure. This is purely trend following. This Hornet is circa 2004, maybe 2005, that time. We have not touched it, period. And the weekly is a little bit slower than the daily, that's all. And it was designed around S5. So it works fine with SPX. Just one type, right? So, again, this is the bad news. It's rotating down, but that resembles the same chart in a way, except the trading system. But SPX CI could see is shorting, it's going short, but below 0. This is a weak short. But it also says the system is very weak. Now we're look at more SP1, -1, -2 in that channel. If you stay in that channel, it can go up, but don't violate too much. Cannot hit other bands. If it hit above it or below. If it doesn't hit those bands, it comes back and immediately comes back in. It's going to be a bleed. It's going to be a bleed for a while. What kind of problems do we have? Well, oil, inflation, Fed, what do you call it? And then the 3 comments. So 3 issues: Fed, inflation, oil, but 3 comments. Comment Powell, comment Trump, comment Putin. Trump is saying, if it's if they go after me, they will be nasty with me. Go through the streets and take the truckers and go to every city and circle every major city. Well, if you watch the indictments, what's going on, the fight, things don't look good for Trump. And so there are multiple factors, and all the stuff he did with the corporation, all that. I'm not going to go into that. You know what Trump, Twitter is up to. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Combat Xi. Not that it's going to go there. Not that it's going to go to Taiwan, but it's one of the possibilities. They trained us to look at what ifs. I was in strategic planning. The issue is what ifs. We were doing war games at Princeton. It's not that it's going to happen. It's how are we going to react if it does? You have to think forward. That's what I do here. So I don't think market does it. Because of that, market is nervous. here's our vols. Okay, we talked about 30, 40 and up. We're gonna go there. I said we are not gonna be done until we get to 40 to 50 on the VIX. Why? Because this is 4 sigma now. Remember, this is gonna get an excessive move. That was a 4 sigma there. It's gonna get to that level. The problem is that it's elusive. It goes both down and up as each action comes in. But you see how cleanly these bars are in +1, +2 here? Remember, it's an inverse asset. So all the rules flip up on the volatility. Inverse asset. So now look how cleanly it's moving between these two. It's very orderly, raising the volatility. Now, why is that? Because they're trading the volatility. Who is trading it? Machines are. Go to Bluefin, right behind Seaboard. You see what they have built up. One of the chief guys there is read his book. Yuan Stickler. We lived in the same flat, the same floor in downtown Chicago. Astrophysics PhD from Oxford, and from Australia to begin. Was born in Australia but studied in England now. He's in charge of trading the volatility asset base for that company, Bluefin. These guys have machines running it. And they see a sell up there, they drive to it and they buy. It's all machine, right? So it's up and down. How many orders do you have on top? How many are on the bottom? Just like we do at ESNQ. So, and look what's happening with the 4 sigma. We're not, I mean, at minimum, you got to test 3. That puts us over 40. Once you get that area, madness sets in and becomes a spiral. Just like here, spiral to the upside. Okay, this gets strong. When you get up there, it's going to spiral to the downside. We go from fear to greed, and so that's the leg we're in. 41 looks like, yeah, 41 is that 3 sigma. So Admiral Kiko is not too bad when he said 40 to 50. We're going to go there. I'd like to see how the market reacts when we hit 50. Well, let's say 45 halfway through, 48 on VIX. You think you have seen panic yet? We have not seen anything yet. By the way, there was a picture of a gas station. Looked like it was San Bernardino. It said on the bottom in California showing $9. That was a Photoshop. Couldn't find it. Double check. It could have been a false flag. Could something RIA put in the what do you call it, the Internet IRA, whatever it was, research IRA, Internet Research Agency out of St. Petersburg put out. Who knows? But oil is going to go up. Oil is going to be $7 in California easily, not 9. Okay, because first I saw that I said, "Oh God, it's going to 10." You know what a shocker with $10 oil would be in California here? Now, oil is going to be more expensive than like Florida or Midwest, let's say Oklahoma and so forth, because closer to the source. But still, it moves in concert with each other. So it will be a premium, but it's going to start moving. So it's going to be painful, especially for the less fortunate people. A lot of us, we don't go to work. We work from home. Our cost is nothing. You know, and down here I put 420. Now, in the chat room, we have said, if you put a gas in your car, give us the station. Not the station. Look, give us city location. Let's just say what city you're in, and what you paid for. You know, so just want to get a feel for it. Con US only. You know, just the continental US, the lower 48. We just really want to see how it translates to downstream. But anyhow, VIX is going up. I'm sorry, VXN is going up for NASDAQ. Already we hit almost 40. Now, we were talking about VIX here. So we have not hit, look at it, we have not hit 40 yet. Let me do a shockwave chart. There we go. I am looking something like this. Not as bad. That went to 80. That's March 2020. But this is type of a thing, but with short term, and you can see what happens with the sigma. Actually, at some point, a week before the bottom, on the weekly chart, the VIX was above 4 sigma. I have seen it hit, but this was a huge. I've seen it hit, but this doesn't count. That was a very unusual event one day. Really build up. I've seen it hit 5. Never seen it see it hit 6. 6 sigma, it would be massive. You paying $355 in dollars, but you're in a Texas oil country, my friend. Yeah. Thanks, Raj. It's good to know. Yes, sir. So, and you can see what the extensions of those are. But I mean, it takes an event to go up there. The issue is really event. You can draw all the charts you want. You can do all the geometry you want. I see people with all these lines, this, that, that. My question to them is, what's the catalyst? What will it take us to go there? That's the important. Why? Because that's what you want to watch for, news-wise, ahead of time. Yes, ahead of time, so that you go back and say, okay, I got to do the following. So that's Q. Okay, I posted this chart and it went crazy a little bit on Twitter. Here's what I observed last night. Now, this is refresh, so we had current today's SQ coming in, and just to make sure. See, this is how fast you get data. That the data was gathered for ORB is very different. It's a tick by tick, and it was my mistake to leave it on that mode before this webinar started. My bad. This is what happened yesterday. Okay, we had almost what 3% drop on S&P. What happened? This is at the close last night. This is at the close now, a little bit after. I mean, like this time of the day. This is we got this print. So if you look at it like this, we get a big 3% down, and this goes up. This is supposed to come down. Why? As we go down, the chance of a tail risk is lower. By the way, somebody asked me, tell me how SQ is as if I'm 5-year-old. Well, I can't. Nobody can. Maybe 6 I could, but that's separate subject. We won't go there. I don't want to get into politics. We had somebody who ran the oval at 6, so we're not going there. According to his sister, who was a federal judge. I think you get the picture. No, but here we go. We have a big down day and very large one. We've seen. I don't think we had 3% in a while. This was up 3% down, and this goes up. That means the new. I mean, more money puts were put on by who? SPX traders. These are big boys. This is a big contract. People, I mean, look at the option chain. The prices are incredible. How much they are. If you don't get to them early and they're not enough out of the money, you're gonna pay an arm and a leg. So this tells me they are beginning to put puts further out of the money, puts as a tail risk on the downside. So what I was thinking of here for my target, they're thinking about it now as their target, that delta. So maybe they're looking at 3,000. Now, it doesn't need to go to 3,000. You can see how sensitive it is because there's so much out of the money. But if you have a big move, it goes. And they do it for one trade and get out or get partially or take, as well my guys did when I put that trade on out of Wisconsin. He sold enough of his spread to pay for the cost and like 20% return, and now it's sitting back. He said, let the whole thing go zero. I don't care. I made my 20%. Plus, I take it out my base. So I thank you. I owe you lunch in Chicago. I said, no, I'm not going to do Chicago. It's not going to be lunch. It's going to be dinner. So anyhow, but that's where we are now. So this was important to me. I posted it for you guys. Again, follow me on @Temsey Analytics. We do a lot of charts. We're getting a lot of interest on Twitter all of a sudden because of the three of us are putting some charts. Me, Walter Deemer, and Dorsman. I suggest you guys to follow these guys. You'll see them. They're very good. No, not there. Oh, this. There we go. These guys. Norseman. Okay, he lives down here. Very smart. Extremely smart guy. But a lot of people have been trying to like he is there, him, and so he's changed his took his picture out and puts a date in, so you know it's him. And Walter Deemer, everybody knows this guy's all. This is a real deal. This guy's a real deal. He knows stuff. Anyway, because they know this. I'm gonna get into this Larry stuff better than I do. We collaborate this way, and they collaborate with me. And a lot of questions they send to me, I question. Some questions I send to them. So we're getting a lot of interest in TradeStation. I'm sorry, on Twitter. So I suggest you guys, if you want to get intraday charts, and they're there, follow us. Temsey Analytics. You're gonna see, I probably post 3 times a day. I mean, to the extent I have time, but 3 times, or various charts that we see here. Why? Because every day now it becomes crucial. Now, VX spread. You guys have heard me here talk about it before. Some of these patterns are ridiculously unusual. Here we go. If you look at it in detail, you see. This drop. This was the first day of the attack. Okay, not seeing the spread for a life of me. I mean, I cannot recall seeing it. They move like this. Oh, at this level too. Being the positive, this is zero. This should be the bottom. Technically, when that spread gets to zero, you're at the bottom. Look where it went to at the bottom. Just amazing, sensitive. And now we're coming back down again with arcing, and so it's going to pull back up again. And you can ride 30 minutes or 60. You just take the two VX futures, 2 expirations. Here we go. There we go. We're right now running March and June. By next week, we have to roll. We'll be using April and July. Okay. So, very positive. 354. That means we're in trouble. Now, if this starts kicking up first, you're going to see there's more discount coming. That means selling. SP2 says potential bounce area. We're in the oversold territory. Anything below 25 is a territory. I don't post everything in detail there, but you have it on the chart, you have it on the PMT. You can go and look at the PMT explanations. Here's the axis, this one. Go in there, it won't give you the current month, it goes back. But look at what we're doing now, a lot of it here, but there are charts there with the right up on it. You can see what the limits are for these parameters. What does it mean? What is all gibberish that I look at? Right now, I look at it so much over the years, it's intuitive. But for you new, you need to study that. Okay? Okay, Comrade Powell. He has to tighten. He has to. Here's the reason. Right here. Good oil. That's for 5 years. Don't look at it like that. Let's go to hourly. No, let's go to, sorry, I meant hourly. That's 30 minutes. You see what's happening there? 125, 130. I mean, granted 139. I'm thinking we're going to see 150. So, yeah. And releasing SPR is not going to work. It never works. Strategic petroleum will never work. That's just me. We've got to drill more, and we got to get some from somebody, the big producer, like what was big producer was. There's always this right now recently. The Saudi Arabia, Russia. Forget the Russians. But there's 4 million we have to replace. I would pick up the phone, call MBS, and say, you know those F-15s that you need to protect your ass against the Iranians across the Gulf? Every 14 landings, they need new Bridgestone tires, which is not what you buy for your Lambos, okay? That's a different type of a tire. Only we make it. You want those F-15s to fly? Give me $2 million more for me starting next week. They can do it. What they don't want is has to do with their reservoir engineering. Yeah, they're taking so much out. But right now we need the oil. Buddy, you give me oil or else. No tires for you. Forget the missile, just the tires. Yeah. There's no way you can make those. That's not easy. Yeah. So that's why I would muscle it. And I think Biden is ready to do that. So far, he's actually rising. Nobody thought he's going to be. They thought he's going to be a fish. He's no fish. Look what he's done. He set up a bait and Putin walked into it. And basically, ruble is going to zero. That's what the ruble is doing. Hold on. That's ruble right now. 127. Here's 155. You go back 5 days, you see it in 155 right up there. On Sunday, it's just done. I mean, they're done. They're basically done. And today, tightening, of course, is all priced in. It has to do with the oil and gas technology. There's nothing you can do. Remember, they got to go more north. It gets colder and colder. They need our technology. Without it, they're dead. Forget the buying or Swift and all that. First, they need the technology to keep drilling. They don't have that. They're not a technology country. They have knockoff. They're knockoff countries. They have spies that knock off from us up to a point. We cut them off to death. So just a matter of time. But frankly, over there, we need a Julius Caesar moment. one of the generals to take him out because he's deranged and he's over 70. Does that sound familiar? So, okay, let's go here. And this says what? This says what, guys? Rendezvous point. These three are not pointing the same way as they forced here, and we went up. So are we get close? Yes. But because of fear, this could be a lot lower. We don't know what that is. If we do a slow bleed, it'll take 4,000 out. If it goes to 3,800, then I'm vindicated. Right now, I'm still looking at 3,400. I never thought it's going to go 34, 32 spread I put on, but I wasn't trying to go there. Remember, if you buy that delta, that low on the option side, and it's a spread, and it's further out, as you get closer, your delta is going to increase. So it's exponential math, just like COVID. It's when it rotates, it's like a missile taking off. Like not a Saturn, but let's say Titan. It's taking off, and I'll get there. As I get close enough, I do. Already at this point, it was 5 to 1. And it's going a little bit further and faster. I've done my 10x, I'll be out. I've done 10x a couple of times. I've done 30x once, and that was $2.5 became 11,000. Yeah. In 12 minutes. That was something else. It's not gonna happen again. I was lucky. It'll never happen again. That was 30x, almost 30x in 12 minutes. Google earnings in the October of 2013. Yeah. Or Twitter went nuts. Our service crashed. It happens. You hit out of the ballpark. They think you were supposed. Can we get one of those again? No, I was lucky. As a matter of fact, some people didn't get in. There was a fight at our auto trade desk. There was a fight. Yeah. How come we're doing good field? Remember, on paper, everything looks good. Execution is a different problem. When you're doing a lotto trade, okay, you need a sucker on the other side to take the money from you because you're buying. We're not selling, we're buying. Those guys are saying, they're saying, who is this sucker? Is he back again? This fairy heavy, we should ship him back where he came from. Let's sell him a few things. Well, a few times they haven't come back the next day. When you do a 10x, that's very painful. At 30, you're bankrupt. And remember, market locks. On earnings, market lock. There's no way out. Okay, and it's earnings like that. You can't even hedge it with that fast. You could hedge it with that one stock futures, single stock futures. But they're closed. Since Admiral Esposito left, and came work with me in when I left Chicago. Yeah, because he was having issues there. I didn't like the president over there. I said, you know what? Why don't we screw him? He goes, what are you talking about? I said, let's go to lunch. So we go to this oyster bar, and I said, why don't you come work with me? He goes, what? I said, well, I'm not coming to Florida. I said, no. But remotely, I'll set you up. So I sent him some computers. I said, get started. He left. He was head of marketing. Last year, no, 2 years ago, they closed the exchange. So you can't do single stock futures anymore because Admiral left. And most of his clients were like hedge funds, large hedge funds like Goldman, internal hedge fund for Goldman. With that individual index, you don't have the efficiency. You can't just short the cubes. It will help you somewhat, but if another news comes, let's say in the morning, you're toast. You need to be short the Qs on that, or I'm sorry, in that case, long the futures as a hedge, as a market maker. Well, it moved 100 points instantly. I mean, it locked, they gave the news, opened up, boom, 100 points higher. It was already the 100 points higher on Google back then. This is look at the earnings of October 13th. We can digress a little bit. But 100 points started here. Are you with me? Started at 3 sigma now. That means I had a next to nothing chance of happening. And that's what I try to tell people. Most of these trades are lotto trades. Put a small amount because you have to be willing to walk away from that money. That money is not going to change your life. Most likely you're going to lose it. Okay? And that's what other solo. And the other side, most of the time goes home laughing at us because they took our premium. But this time, they didn't show up next day. If every $300 that you took money became negative 11,000 next day, you're not going to be around much. Remember, it's a market maker. They're not doing ones and twosies. Our problem is that we didn't find enough of them The other trades you have to do late in the day. We put it on 10 minutes to go, and the 2 minutes later news came. In that 10 minutes, we found maybe 30% of the people who wanted of it willing to take the spread. Because on paper everything looks good, but if somebody doesn't take the bait, they're not in. Right? These guys came in and then bye bye. It was before expiration. So they came in on Thursday afternoon, took the bait from us. Friday, we were laughing all the way to the bank. Unfortunately, these guys filed bankruptcy by Monday. But that's what happens sometimes. You know, it's money doesn't go on tree. You have to take it from somebody else's pocket, or you give up and give it to them, put it in their pocket. So treasuries. This is good for real estate. It's a little bit lower, but of course you have to realize some of this is a flight to quality. The dollars are strong because people are buying it. They're coming in for that, and so it's pressuring down the yield. These are yields. They're inverted. They're getting lower. That's good. Now, if you look at some of the spreads look funny, especially 2 and not 5, the 2 and 10. And the Comrade Jerome is going to raise this baby, right? The 91 day. But also, what I see here is this is oil. This is the oil doing this. Okay, oil is putting it up and it's competing with flight to quality. So you have unusual interaction because this is a war situation. All right. Last but not least, let's look at daily chart of for the Lowry up and down volume ratio. I was trying to explain this to you. This is very different. You can build this yourself, really. It's not that fancy. The top, you need just a conditional loop there. Say, if it's above 0, I mean, the up volume is more than 0. I'm sorry, not 1 0, it's always 1 0. No. If the up volume is more than down volume, you use the following equation. Up volume divided by up plus down. So up plus down, forget the unchanged volume. Drop that away. So denominator is always up volume plus down volume. The top becomes up volume, the bottom becomes down volume. And you put a negative in front of it. So today it was down here a little bit. You see that? I'm sorry, that's before. If I run 15, let's start in 30 minutes. You see what happened intraday. Okay, we were up, yeah. So most of the day, sir, look where we closed though. This is not good. We have an up volume and closes down, right? By 0.4, by 0.7. That's not good. Now, to me, you want to see a multiple attack on negative 90. And then I think you need 2 90s down and 190 up. That's your bottom. We haven't seen that. Again, Norseman and Walter, they're the 2 top guys there. I just do the ground for it. I put the chart up. But I read what they're posting. And there's a lot going on. I mean, the people interpret it back and forth. So most of the questions are non-related, but these are pretty good on their game plan. And all they're trying to do is give us the bottom price. They're not projecting anything. All they're trying to do is either we're washed out or we're really, really, really complacent. So if you want to time what you're doing, which I think you should, if you're doing options, for example, if you're doing futures, follow those guys. You have Walter Deemer and Norseman one. A bunch of them almost every day. No, actually more than that, except the weekend, yeah. Here's the buying index. This is a far more complex problem. And the fact the function is these two. The data that goes into these, okay? It's this whole chart here. It's very, very unusual. And this I don't have a permission to distribute because it's not mine. But you could see short. This has already been short. I've been talking about that. Look where it went short. Short, long, short. This is the EMG. That's mid caps. Russell. It just went to a buy right now. Okay? Yeah, because this, remember the cost? Yeah, that cost was already there, yeah. And then here it's still short. So NASDAQ, mid cap, and S&Ps are short. Now, this could change the ballgame. Let's just think about what if. Because Russell leads in Q. Matter of fact, same way I look at these. Yeah, I look at these two, right? Transmission for the SPX, Russell for NASDAQ, which comes with this page, which I always talk about. You see the cross there, and you can see if this builds up on the bottom, try to pull up, it could have impact on NDX. If it persists, NDX will have impact on SPX. So theoretically, that's the way the load would be put in a perfect world, without noise. But who knows? We got to read day by day. That's about, and this is where we are right now. That's my spiel here. I'm sorry about the recording. We had to be redone, but we'll put this one up. That's clean. And just one last comment, housekeeping quickly. The ORB 43 is what we're using right now. As a matter of fact, I think we sent a picture out earlier today with an email. You probably got it. There we go. You can see what I did. You see the closing? That's one contract closed right there. Started there, one contract. There's two short, and it comes on to still have that covered. And you can see 98.10. So it was at what? Over 10,000. Now, remember, margins have changed about 50%. So we did 39%. If it was like 2 weeks ago, of course you wouldn't have a move like that either. Then margins were only 12,000. This is 26,000. Why? They moved the margin higher. Okay, here's where you look at the margins. Futures margin, there we go. It's published by TradeStation. Each broker does. Remember, we were at 14,000. They raised that. Look what they did here. 50% of initial. So now it's $8,000, almost $9,000, 8,500, 8,800, right? It's 8,800 now per contract. So in a small account, yeah, you can see they won't let you add anymore. Big account, no. As long as you, and these days you need to really small position in a big account. That's the only way you should trade with a tight stop. No, I'm sorry, not tight stop. With a wide stop, small position, big account. That's the three things you need. If not, don't touch it because futures are wild. But yeah, because of that, our yield was like 40% today. This yield here, this yield is over 40%. This move, this 98.10 plus 740. Now, on one machine, it never closed that. The signal didn't go through. So it was short all three contracts. It went to 13,000. Okay. Now, I'm not going to showcase that. I'm going to showcase what people saw in the chat. So, but that's what it is. This is 4-3. 4-4 is in the works. It should be out in my hand by this weekend. It's being tested right now by my programmer, which is a PhD in AI. And those understands the API for TS, for TradeStation in Chicago. That's really crucial. Matter of fact, I complained to number 2 guy at CME, who has a winter place down here, over some cigars on Saturday, and I told him what I see as a problem there, and he bought me a very nice cigar. I refuse, obviously. I don't want to be under that obligation. But my point is, there are issues on execution part. You have to watch. Yeah. The automated execution, I mean. Yeah. Not manually. Manually is easier when you sit down and trade. That's why I tell people, don't go automated. Just go manual. Take a look, execute, sit there. Well, I'm busy. I said, no, you're not busy. Don't give me that. If you want to make this money, you're making it's the best money you've ever made in a long time. Sit there and do it and understand it. Anyhow, that's 4-4. It'll come out. It'll do a little bit more robust. Well, I estimate right now that we're at 7.6 and change. Let's say 7.7x. That means that last 12 months on a tick-by-tick basis, so the back test is as if live you've taken it, is done 770%. It's like 768. Let's say 7.7. So 7.7x. That means that it took $1, it was worth $8.70 at the end of the year. Take the dollar out, it gave you 7.7 back. Okay. This gives us an additional 10%. So 10% on 7.7 is what? Okay, it would be 8.5x. And that's plenty. That's a good website, good hedge fund wants 3% a month, which is 24%, 36% a year. They're happy with that. This is way out. This is 850. Yeah, so that's why we're getting a lot of interest. I'm not ready to go there yet. We got to get a little bit more testing. This couple of weeks issues with the operating system has kind of disheveled me. I don't like that. So, but in a week or two, I'll be back talking about it. I put it on hold. Just stop listening. I can't talk right now. What are you gonna do? Go somewhere else. If you find it, if you don't find it, come back. Or you come back when I'm ready, because I want to make sure I'm doing this right. It's all technology. That's the problem. Now, next stage is something we're doing different. Instead of doing 3 coming in and peeling off, we're going to go 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out. Or 1, add 2, then get out. Or add 1, add 2, add 3, based on certain conditions. How did we come up with that? What we call gamma ladder. We built the gamma ladder as a wireframe for the other system, which is after the morning. This only works in the morning. That's for the afternoon. To build that with a wireframe, and we call it gamma ladder. And that's what it exactly means. As it goes up, and there's certain angles, the gamma ladder kicks in. We're not going to give you a gamma ladder. No. Instead, we're going to take the gamma ladder and implement it into this, and we call 5. Version 5, not 4 anymore. That, I don't know what that time is going to be. It took us 3 months to do the gamma ladder. But exits will be the same. It's just the entries. I'm thinking May. Yeah, I'm thinking May. It will take us 60 days. But the reason I would change is upfront money is a lot smaller. And only ask if it's winter. Are you with me? It's going to change the profile. Yeah. I do that, I'm retiring. Yeah. Once we get 5x up, version 5x, I don't know what the yield is going to be, but yield should be, I don't know how to measure that yet. But I know the upfront money is very low. Yeah. I don't need to put 3 contracts on. Let's say I buy 1, okay, it gets my sum amount. See what I'm saying? It only has to be as a winner. So my outlay is a lot smaller. So yield will go through the roof. And then I'm retired. Getting the boat and a few blondes and Tico, we're going to go somewhere. Martinique. Buy an island near Martinique. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to quit. I love this stuff. This is exciting. That's what keeps you alive. Yeah. But anyway, that's a good game plan. I have to still write the SOW. The signal work. Yeah. I did wrote it for the gamma ladder. I got to modify to embed it in there, and that's going to be exciting time. Yeah. And then we go to the second part of the problem. But we already done the gamma ladder. See what I'm saying? But I did not just we've done the gamma ladder. We've implemented it in the trading system. Because gamma ladder is a bot, just a button to buy or sell by hand. But implementing it is a different problem. It's going to cost me dearly. I mean, the bill is outrageous. No, don't get me wrong. It's worth every penny. But I'm saying the outlay is quite a bit. But let the market pay for it. It's a war chest that I have to use. Not all of it, some of it. So I'm not complaining. Listen, the first 2 months were very dangerous. Yeah, August and September, because we had nothing to show for it. And you're saying, what? When do we know it was going to even work? So, yeah, I'm talking too much. Anything else I can do for you guys? Any other questions? I think, I should be concerned to buy it. No, please. I don't have time for that. No. Why? He's got good teeth. Yes. And I don't think he's running the country. It's not. The chief of staff is very smart. I don't like some of their moves, but you can never like everything anybody does. So yeah, I mean, the pipeline was a mistake. So, but that's what happens when you have a coalition. Yeah, but I'm done with politics. I don't want to live in Washington. Are you kidding me? I love Georgetown, but I don't want to live in Washington. Anything else from you guys? Hold on. In South Carolina, it was $3.99. Okay. But how do you know? Wait a second. Oh, no, that's Nancy responding. Yeah, I paid $4.25 Sunday. But I mean, that's going to last me a month. I usually get a tank for a month because I don't go anywhere, 4 years later, the car has 20,000 miles on it. So don't go anywhere. But part of it's COVID, of course, but even normally. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this baby down. Thank you for attending. Sorry about technical issue. I completely forgot how to prep this, but then again, I was shocked because of Tico and that run to the vet. I'm back today, among everything else we're doing, you know. So on the way back, I got here and I started. I want to always reboot, clean up, and start. I boo boo. I should have taken a couple of the desktops down. The desktop is this is the desktop. This is a desktop, and when you open up, you see if you can go to open up an individual desktop, you could see your list of desktops you could open. Okay, I don't need all of this. I should just say with PMT. Manually, you have to do that. I did the auto open, so it then got stuck on that data that has to come in. My bad. But I'm glad we took it, so it's clean. It'll be posted for you guys. As always, it's going to go to our videos, which is the link here. From bottom, it's called footer of every page, and it goes to the videos, the video tab. Okay. Best is to subscribe to this. You subscribe to this. The moment we you don't have to wait for our email or nothing. The moment it's done, post processing. Remember, I got to close this. Then I got to post process, then upload. The moment the upload is done, you get a message. Okay, and or you can, well, of course, we email this link to you. I mean, this link to you, this one, and then you can come here when you're ready to watch it. Okay. Thanks for everything. We'll see you in next week. Again, we shoot for regular Wednesday. This was unusual because I'm trying to take tomorrow off. I really need a day off. So. Good night, all. Take care.